Hey guys, how's it going? So, I wanted to do a video here, and let's actually see if we can't get something going here. A little bit of audio in the background. Oh my goodness, everything opens on that screen. I should use the other screen. Yeah, probably should use the other screen. But anyways, maybe next time. So I wanted to bring up this subject. Both can be true. Um, and um, and I'm not really talking about. Um, let's see here. Oh, I gotta go to. I'm trying to pull up a little audio here for you guys. Let me get that going. Maybe some people will get in here and join. Um, so let's see here. Man, everything's popping up over there. That might work. Okay. So let's turn that way down. Somehow, there we go. All right, so I think that should be quite a bit quieter than me. Let me know if that music's too loud. Um, I need to make it quieter for me. Maybe it's might be too quiet now. Um, so so I want to talk about this idea of both can be true, and I came up with the idea um, today while I was on my way taking my kid to school, and when I got the idea both can be true, um, I've been thinking about this quite a bit lately. There's different things that I realize that both can be true, and there's been a lot of stuff that's come up. And so for as an example of both can be true, I had this um, situation where I was talking with somebody, and they couldn't believe that I was politically conservative, um, and they they looked at it like, well, you like the forest, you like the trees, you like the environment, and you're for conserving the environment. But they're like, couldn't reconcile the fact that I was a conservative. Um, and I think, another thing that like conservatives look at liberals or Democrats and they say, well, how can you be um, a Democrat or a liberal if you believe in these things. And so I've come to realize is that people kind of put themselves in a camp um, on an issue or a subject. They really set their tent pegs down or post a flag in an area, and they they can't accept going anywhere else besides that because they're so camped up in this one location. And this can go for so many things. And once you post yourself up in a spot like that, once you camp yourself up in a spot like that, then it's difficult to you know to allow other viewpoints to come in. And as I'm getting older, I'm 42. Um, I've gotten to where it's like there are multiple viewpoints that can be true. So um, anyway, so this is one of those things. Let me start with the. Let me go here to the video here. This is a little video today. So what we've got here is we've got conditions here that are really cool. We had this beautiful morning, and um, and we had a snowstorm last week, but last night didn't go below freezing. Yesterday was above freezing, um, and I see this a lot where when it's cold at night, we get these. This is like a little frozen layer here around the lake, and little coves and stuff. But where the sun hits, normally it's all melted. And you can see that here. But today there was a kind of a different occurrence. As I was driving over the bridge this morning, I noticed that there was massive areas of open water and deep water that are frozen. So normally when it gets down really cold into the teens or it gets down below freezing, then you'll see little cove areas like those ones you just saw that get frozen over. But out here in the middle, in this deep water, this area never freezes, or not that I notice of it freezing since I've been here. I haven't been here that long. I'm not from the area, but um, normally this area is not frozen. But this morning, massive. This is all frozen. So right here, this little patch here is not frozen, but massive sections of this have like a small frozen layer, very shallow. It doesn't look like it's. I mean, it wouldn't take anything to puncture through it. It may be, centimeters or inches, but there is a frozen layer on top of the surface. And so it was really interesting to me. Maybe somebody can explain to me why, but it wasn't like this yesterday, and it was colder the night before. Clearly, the water was more choppy, um, but you can just see this. There's just areas here where it glistens and it just reflects. That's the ice. And then you see these areas where it doesn't reflect as much. That's not ice there. And so you've just got this, condition where for some reason in the deep water, and a lot of times the deep water doesn't freeze over because it's a larger mass and and it can't fluctuate in temperature as fast as like a shallow area, like a little cove or a corner can. The temperature can be drastically different, and you probably know this if you ever gone to the ocean and you get out there by the shore and the water's much warmer, but then you go out in deep water, it's really cold. Um, and so it's because the sun's hitting the sand, and the shallow water can adjust to temperature much faster. So it's just a really beautiful morning, and just massive sections of frozen water here, and it was just really beautiful. So I said I got to get out there and get some shots of this. It was just a really pretty morning, and wanted to share it with you guys. So, but back to this idea of, you know multiple things can be true, and so I think I'll do a deeper dive into some of this. Um, but I think what started me on the path was, um, you know, going to a church, and the church pastor, is saying, "Hey, um, you know, absolutely, all you need is, um, that God forgives everything, and all you need is Jesus, and you don't have to do anything." And look at the ice; you can see the ice really well in this angle. And so, that's all you need. But then when you sit down and you spend some time studying the Bible, you can clearly see that it says that faith without works is dead. And so you have a lot of people who get in this camp of, um, all you need is Jesus, and so you don't need to do anything. Well, then it turns to where people are saying, well, it comes to the point where people almost think you shouldn't do anything because you have Jesus and you're saved, that you shouldn't do any type of works, because if you're doing works, then you're trying to accomplish salvation on your own. But my argument to this is both can be true. So you have people who are in both camps saying, you know, um, that the evidence that you're saved is that you're doing good works, and that if you don't do good works, then you're probably not saved. And you have other people saying, well, you don't have to do works to be saved. All you need is to accept Christ as your Savior. And so that was just one of those first times where I was just like, you know what? If we're going to if we're going to be a Christian and we're going to look at the Bible, we have to be able to accept that both are true. And a lot of people have trouble reconciling that. And I don't think it's really that difficult, um, if you really think about it, because um, if we say that both are true, they both can be true. And I think there's more things that we can apply to this issue. Um, so there's a scientific reason why parts of this lake froze over, and there's a scientific reason why these little coves here in the corner, these little coves freeze over, and there's scientific reason for that, and why the open water doesn't freeze over. And then I'm sure somebody out there, could watch this video and say, hey, the reason the open water froze is because, there was no wind and the conditions were right and you had open skies last night and allowed it to just get cold enough to cause the top of the water to freeze. Um, I don't know, maybe snow. There was like a light wind and the snow, some of the snow and stuff that was on the ground got blown off and landed in the water. You can actually see it's really iced up right along the edge here. That'd be a cool place to go around and walk. Um, so both are true. We've had days where it was down below 7 degrees, 5 degrees, below the teens, and that open water did not freeze over. It was, but last night it's like 33 to 35 degrees all night, and so it's according to the weather report, it didn't get down below freezing, and it's certainly not as cold as it was when it was below the teens. And we had areas of water um, that froze over, and you would think you would expect to see it when it was below the teens. Um, but it just brought me back to this idea that I really wanted to come and bring different ideas to talk about with you guys to really open up the conversation. So, let me know what you think, and what, let me know what you think about this, the way the water kind of froze over out here. Um, but these these are just like little ideas. So I think we have a problem lately with our country where people get in one camp or the other, and they really want to demonize people for believing something that's contrary. They believe is contrary, or they believe is contradictory. But maybe if they spent some time actually studying the subject, they might find that they believe both, and that would be uh, a good thing in moving us towards a situation where we can respect each other more. The founding of the United States, the founding of our country, is based on freedom of speech, freedom of thought, right to bear arms, and that we could be able to protect ourselves and protect others, and that we would be freeing ourselves from a tyrannical government, from tyranny. And I think when we get into these one-minded mindsets, it pulls us away from that ideology where freedom is one of the most important things. And um, I come from the place where what, I need to love and respect everybody for their beliefs and for their ideas. Um, And maybe if I spend a little bit of time looking into what they believe and why they believe it, I might actually really um, find that I agree with them more than I thought I did. Um, so I was thinking I would maybe do this once a week, or maybe I'll do like a short series on these, and we'll call them Both Can Be True. And I'll bring up one specific topic. Um, So today, I guess, was the lake. Um, it's not below freezing. It is not freezing temperatures, but the lake is frozen. And it happened in conditions when it wasn't as cold as it has been since I've been here in Missouri. So, but I hope you like the video footage here I took. I hope you like this little conversation. Um, Please leave a comment. Um, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And look at that. That's a beautiful shot right there. You can just see these. You see the ice in little sections. But it was super calm out there, and I've been thinking for a little while that I want to get my drone out and fly over the lake when the water's calm, because when it's a little bit choppy, then it's windy and it's hard to fly the drone. The drone's fighting you, and that wind's fighting you. Um, but today was just a beautiful morning to get out there. So, but hey, um, I'll let you guys go. Now I'm starting to ramble. So, um, you know, please take the time to like and subscribe. Share this video with, a friend or somebody. If you like this type of subject matter, let me know and I can do more of it. So, all right, have a blessed day. I'll talk to you later.